Today marks a very special day for me, but more specifically for this YouTube channel, because as of the day of April 10th, 2012, this YouTube channel and account was created. It has been 10 years. My YouTube channel is 10 years old today. And that's a crazy thought. And it doesn't even feel like it. It really doesn't. It feels like, it feels like 8 years, I reckon. Absolutely. It feels like 8 years. But reality is that it has been 10 years since I first made this account. Oh, boy. And what a ride it's been so far. Anyway, so yes, it has been 10 years since I have made this account. And I thought it would be fun to sort of talk a little bit about that and sort of just talk about, what my thoughts are on how far I've come throughout the 10 years, and just talk a bit about, my philosophy and my stance about what this channel means to me and what it's all about, and just even show up a few statistics here and there, because it is definitely just a wild ride and a wild experience so far, that it has just been crazy this past 10 years. And the amount of videos that I have uploaded to this channel throughout the 10 years has just been, it is crazy. It's just absolutely crazy so far. But yeah, I want to talk about it a little bit. Now, I do want to point out it's not exactly the 10th of April at the time of this recording. As a matter of fact, it is the 5th of April. This is a Tuesday. It will be the 10th of April on Sunday. However, I will not be home when it comes to 10th of April to upload this video when it's ready. I'll actually be away. I'll actually be out over in the city. But luckily enough, I will hopefully have this video ready and be scheduled to be uploaded at some point on the 10th of April. And it will be the 10th of April at the time of this video being uploaded and published when I schedule it. So hopefully that is all sorted out. I need to make this video and then edit it, which will be fine. I'll be able to edit this with ease. But the main point of this video, of course, is to talk about, just to give my thoughts and impressions of, how things have been through the past 10 years, as well as show you guys one or two things that I've been working on to sort of commemorate not only just, the 10 years, of course, but to give this channel a little bit of an update in terms of, the banner and the logo, which we'll get to in just a moment. But let's talk about, let's have a bit of a reflect. Let me reflect on my thoughts of the past 10 years, because even though that I made my account on the 10th of April, I didn't start uploading videos straight away. As a matter of fact, if we go to videos, so when we look at, of course, the channel content through the YouTube Studio on YouTube's webpage, the first video I ever uploaded onto the channel, which, by the way, look at the thumbnail. It's just so wild and crazy to me that that particular thumbnail is like that. Because this was at the time when I was starting to upload videos to YouTube, I did not make any thumbnails. I wasn't making any thumbnails at the time. I was using YouTube's auto-generated YouTube system, or YouTube's auto thumbnail generation system, whatever the name of it is. I basically have been choosing the thumbnails that YouTube would pick through its throughout most of the certain points throughout the video, and that's what I ended up with. Hang on, I'm gonna turn the light back on to its normal self because, well, you never know. But as you can see with the date, I uploaded this video on the 30th of May. So roughly around a month, maybe just over a month since I made my account, that was actually the first video I've uploaded. Now, I honestly thought that I uploaded my first video at September, but I was way off. It was actually in May was when I published my first video on YouTube, literally as it says the name on the title. But, oh man, just even looking at that face, that's a baby face compared to what I look like now. But I was using a very different laptop at the time. It wasn't the gaming laptop that I had used to record majority of my videos at the time, and more around the mid-seasons, I reckon. But I was using a very different laptop, which I think, if I remember correctly, was the laptop that I would actually use to make the first Let's Play of Minecraft, or my first ever Let's Play altogether. I can just remember that particular laptop. I don't remember the brand or what type of laptop it was. I just remember what it looked like. It was pretty much grey, maybe around about, if I can get my fingers in the camera, probably around that big, I reckon. I remember that it was my sister. My sister sort of encouraged me to upload my first video because I remember just talking about it to her. You know, I'm saying like, oh, it would be awesome if I started uploading videos, or if I could make a video onto YouTube. And she was like, yeah, go for it. Like, I can't exactly remember what she said, but it was pretty much just like, yeah, go for it. I reckon you should do it. Do it. It will be fun, I reckon. And that's how I came up with the first video. But at that time, I had no idea what I was going to do, or what really the kind of videos I was wanting to make. I think I was wanting to make vlogs, because at the time, looking at a lot of my favorite YouTubers at that time, I can't name most of them on the top of my head, but I just know that I was watching a lot of vlogs and maybe blogs here and there, vlog type videos. So I thought that's one of the things I wanted to do. As a matter of fact, I did upload a video at one point where I did have a video camera and I was recording, I think it was time at Melbourne Zoo. This was when I was in Melbourne Zoo, and then there was the ghost tour, I remember. That was actually pretty cool. And I made a video out of it, and I did upload it to the channel. However, with my dad and my sister's help, because we both looked into it just to double check on a couple of things, my video that I uploaded did get copyright claimed. Not striked, copyright claimed. Meaning that if I was wanting to make money off of YouTube, and especially from that video, I would not get any money off of it. The money would go to the person who actually claimed it. And I have an idea of who it might have been, because I used Luigi's Mansion thing in one of the sections. Now, I reckon I know that it was probably a bad idea to add Luigi's Mansion as theme into the video, but I was 17 at the time. I was pretty much still learning about, you know, maybe a little bit of understanding how copyright works and, you know, the copyright systems and the laws and whatnot. I was pretty much still learning to YouTube, basically, to understand about what YouTube is all about. So, it would be fair to say, excuse me, that I sort of caught myself lucky that it wasn't a strike. One strike, of course, is probably not that bad, because if I just follow the rules for a certain amount of time, then the strike will go. But it was just a claim, so that was even more lucky to get away with a claim than a strike, basically. But with my dad and my sister's help, we made the decision to basically take the safe approach of it and remove the video and not get myself into further trouble. Now, realistically, of course, because I did spend some time on that video, I was kind of bummed out about it. But it wasn't until that my friend, TMUG, who have been on my videos in the earliest of years, had suggested that I should try making Let's Play videos. And that's when the first Minecraft Let's Play came to. Because I think at the time he was going to start doing videos as well. And he was, well, actually, no, he already started and he was doing gaming videos as well. But realistically, it was from the first Minecraft Let's Play that I really started to kick up making videos for my channel. And what I do remember is that my videos were not consistent. You know, they were mainly uploaded on random days before I actually started having a consistent upload schedule, which was now 2 videos every Wednesday, which was originally what I was going for before moving to 3 videos a week. But then, of course, I had to dial that back a bit. And I remember, episode 2, I remember making a video of having YouTube problems with uploading the second episode, because the first episode was the whole raw footage. It wasn't edited by any means, because I didn't have a good editing software at the time, even before going straight to using Windows Movie Maker as my editing software. Which is not the best by any means, but it was all that I had. And pretty much that's what I went with, is that whatever I had at the time and what I could use, I basically stuck with that. you know, and eventually as time went on, as I got a better computer that can handle and run well, a better monitor, better, you know, graphics cards and whatnot, I basically was stuck with what I had. And which of course explains, well, doesn't explain the border thing. When it comes to the other computer I was using that had this smaller screen, I have no idea what the size of that screen was by any means, but it was pretty much a full-on square, as you notice. But time went on, and I was stuck with that for quite some time until I got a better monitor, better gear, better software. That really led into, of course, it wasn't until around 2015, the start of, I would probably say, maybe season 4, maybe just around season 4, I reckon. I have to do some rethinking on that. But basically, that's when I started to use my thumbnails a lot more. That's when I started adding thumbnails, excuse me. And then, of course, you know, this was when I had no webcam at the time because I didn't have a good setup compared to the last time when I made the video. But, you know, just looking back at what I was using then and to leading up till now, it's crazy. Like, to me, it is so crazy. But there you go. With that being said, what I thought it would be fun is to show, of course, you know, look at some of my best performed videos. Because if you saw the view count overall when we were checking the date of when my YouTube channel, as YouTube puts it, joined, you will notice that my view count overall is about over 20k views. Now, many people may not think that's a massive number, especially for someone who's been working or making videos for YouTube for 10 years. But to me, I feel like that's a good achievement, a very good personal achievement for me. I also think having a video past 1,000 to even 2,000 views is another personal achievement for me. But what's crazy is that, especially when we look at episode 42 of my Everland 2 playthrough, the view count, of course, is past 2,300. And the like and dislike ratio is 26 to 4. Which I don't really care much about likes and dislikes. You know, if people like it, they'll like it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. Because the thing I've learned is you can't please everybody. No matter what. Looking at episode 42 of Everland 2 is just... oh man, just having something just reach that amount of views is just so crazy to me. And of course, at the time, the highest viewed video ever on my channel was freaking Despicable Me Minion Rush. It was just like a random game I was playing along with Gunstringer Dead Man Running. I think that was the name of it. Just like, even episode 1 has 7 likes, you know, and just episode 2, the view count is like 1,600, close to 1,700. Like, it's crazy of like how a video that I've uploaded like back around like 2014, or even in this case like 2018, to continuously get more views is just, they're still getting like watches and views and whatnot. It's still pretty crazy. Right now, the one game that is sort of still getting a little bit of traction on my channel right now is Vacation Simulator number 2, which I had so much fun playing that particular bit, and I'm looking forward to playing more of it in due time. Oh man, here you go, Dead Man Running, Gunstringer. I'm planning to actually revisit a lot of these old games, and I have been working on a list of games that I have recorded years ago, and I'll try and see if I can at least download some of these old games and revisit them. Gunslinger Dead Man Running, I believe I probably won't be able to, unfortunately, but we'll see. But there's a lot of games that I will revisit, and that's something I'll try and do over in the next coming weeks. But there's also a few other things that I have planned in terms of videos coming soon, which I won't say at this point in time. So, you know, just looking at all these there's the first one. Just looking at all these like random videos, you know, episode 2 of Oceanhorn 2 and whatnot. It's funny to me that, of course, now with most of my videos, it doesn't get as much views as what it has at the very beginning. And of course, compared to some of these videos that are getting a few more than what most of the videos I would have, that never really bothered me as much. Because when YouTube's algorithm started to change, and change very dramatically, I guess it's one way of putting it, you know, there was nothing much else most small YouTubers could do, you know, and a lot of small YouTubers, of course, would get affected by the whole algorithm change. And I basically learned to not really worry about that as much and just continue to have fun of what I could get out of making these videos and just, you know, just have fun with it. That's really the whole big point about my channel, is just having fun for what I can get out of these videos and these experiences, you know? I've always said to myself that this YouTube channel is not just a YouTube channel to put videos up or random videos, whatever. This has always been a experimental learning experience. The experimental portion of it, of course, is trying out new things into my editing, you know, because if there was one thing that I could definitely say that have really improved on over the years, while very slowly, it's been my video editing. Now, I may not have the best editing system whatsoever or the best editing style. You know, everyone has their own styles and whatnot, but it's a style that I'm comfortable with. And it's a style that, you know, it's continuously improved upon. And if there's any ideas that I have when it comes to editing a video that I get, and I have no idea how to do it, I could just research it. That's what the real experimental portion of it is. It's just to experiment with random ideas to add into videos. And maybe even, of course, to now, with most of my thumbnail making, I've even improved a little bit. And I have to thank the photography course for helping me have those improvements that I could then add into my thumbnails, especially with the more... If we go to the more recent videos, especially, for example, the Hat in Time thumbnails, for example, or like my friendly neighborhood demo. Here it is, one Hat in Time thumbnail, Air Memories of Old here, even Oceanhorn would be part of it. You know, I would have had a much more, I guess, complex way of approaching some of these thumbnail designs or video editing, but when it comes to, of course, experimenting with it, there's always some way to make a complicated solution and find a simpler solution by any means. And I think that was what my main goal was in terms of understanding and learning of the editing side of things in terms of videos. And the same with YouTube itself. I'm still learning about YouTube and a few other social media platforms that I have in terms, for example, is Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. And I also have a TikTok account, which I may hint I may use that at some point later down the line. But realistically, this whole experience, this whole journey, this whole adventure has just been one experimental experience that continues to be such a fun experience for me. And I don't tend on slowing down whatsoever. Like, it may be 10 years now, but I am determined to continue making these videos for fun, and uploading them onto my channel for fun, until maybe if it stops being fun, or if YouTube itself, if that does happen or not, you know, YouTube finally ends. You know, YouTube as a whole platform, as a whole website finally goes down, because we definitely have seen that there have been some changes that have affected YouTube. And of course, you know, many YouTubers, like myself on some occasions, have not really been a big fan of some of the changes. I will always be along with YouTube for the ride, you know, just to see where it goes for the future, how things will turn out. You know, there are many things that I could say that there will be many different experiences and so much crazy stuff that's going to happen. And I'm along with the ride until the very end. Now, I am going to wrap up this video very shortly, but before I do, there are a few things I do want to talk about and even show you guys that I'll edit in. And it comes to small changes coming to my YouTube channel, which I hopefully will try and implement them while that I'm away, especially trying to add in the settings and the changes through my phone. But I wanted to show you guys a few things that I have worked on. One of them more recently, which is why that I hadn't been able to have any videos or even make any videos for last Wednesday. It is an update to the channel logo and the channel banner. Let's start off with the logo right here. So I can't remember when I placed this particular logo onto the channel, because this is the second iteration of the channel logo, and I'm extremely happy with it because it's simple. And I like things that are simple, as I usually have followed with the certain saying, simplicity at its finest. And this kind of simple is what I like about it so much. You know, the previous iteration, of course, was even more simpler than this, but it is fair to say, though, that it does deserve a bit of a makeover for how many years it's been. So, here is the updated, or the third iteration of the channel logo. Yeah, so, so I'm using a different font than the previous iteration, as well as given a bit more of a small tweak to the letter and just the design of the look, with a few little changes here and there, which was not easy to get the outline of it all. This is what the new logo looks like, and I'm really happy with it. And again, it's still mainly simple. There's a tiny few complexes with this design, but it's still the simplicity of the second iteration, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, no, again, simplicity at its finest. I do want to show off another version of the new iterated logo, which will have this. So, throughout the next 3 months, because that's how long I'm going to be celebrating the 10th anniversary of my channel, you'll be seeing this part of the logo on the intros of the videos from here on out, until at a certain point in time within the 3 months. Once when the 3rd month is over, then it will go back to, of course, the actual logo that you'll see on the channel. Now, let's talk about the banner. I remember making this banner on my gaming laptop a while ago, like many years ago while I was away on holidays, because I think at the time, I was just trying to make something good out of it. But as much as I do love it, I do know that I needed to change up the banner as well. So, throughout the last few weeks, at least maybe a week or two, I have been working on this banner design, and I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. So, 3, 2, 1, ta-da! So, yeah, it's a bit more of a very galaxy-like feeling, but I've always had this kind of premise in my mind about, you know, this one person looking within the stars, these different universes. And this is what I think with all the different games that I've played. They are, of course, their own stories, their own universes, their own tales. So, if there was one person watching over all those universes and experiences, this is probably what I would think they would look like. Him basically being in sort of this galaxy starry void. And that's what the main kind of premise I'm going with. A lot of these star pictures and the galaxy view itself, I actually found a map on Garry's Mod that I took screenshots of all of particular spots and areas of the sandboxes. No, not the sandbox, sorry. The skybox. It is all image of a skybox. I don't know who made that map before. I'll probably do some research and credit the person who made that skybox. But I basically used that map, screenshotted the different starry areas or different areas across the map of the skybox, and just used that and implemented that into the background of this new banner. And of course, along with the new logo, it will be on there as well. But yeah, so I'm really extremely proud with the logo and how the banner looks. Yeah, it's just, it's really sort of taking that kind of experience that I've learned from editing the photos, especially through the photography course that I went with, and using some of those elements, as well as learning a few new tricks of my own to basically come up with the banner as well as the channel updated channel logos. So I hope you guys like the look of them. I definitely know I do. So you'll be seeing that from here on out, at least for a little while longer, until I come up with a new iteration or a new version of mainly the logo. The banner I'll probably won't have to worry about for at least some time. But there you have a good look at the new channel and the new banner logo. So I hope you guys like the look of them. Last thing I will say before finishing this video off, I just want to say a massive thank you to those who have stuck around with the channel, my current subscribers. For those who have joined, welcome. You know, I just again, thank you so much for sticking around, because like, it doesn't matter if how many subscribers I get, doesn't matter how many views I get, doesn't matter how many likes or anything like that I get, doesn't matter how many videos I upload to the channel throughout the next several years, whenever that is. Just thank you to those who have just watched my videos and just have fun. I of course also want to thank my parents, my sisters, my family, for their continuous support over the past 10 years, because I reckon, you know, without them and without their help on some situations, you know, with my sisters giving me the encouragement and of course, you know, saying, you know, I've tried to upload videos to YouTube, and of course, with my dad helping out on some occasions, you know, with the video, one of the videos, and of course with helping me out, giving feedback on the banner, you know, just their love and their support and their feedback for some of the videos I've done has just been amazing, and I just want to say a big thank you to them for their love and support throughout the years. And obviously, of course, thank you so much to my friends who have joined me on many of the videos that we have done together, the live streams we've done together. You know, a huge shout out to them. It has just been one heck of a ride, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what else has installed. There are a lot of more games that I'm going to be recording, a lot of new ones I'm excited for. But yeah, again, thank you so much for sticking around for 10 years. 10 years! Again, it doesn't feel like 10 years, but here we are. 10 years. But I hope to see you guys all then. This has been one heck of an experience, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else happens in the next 10 years, as I said again. So thank you very much, guys, and thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, I'm Liam from Liam Australia. Here's to 10 more years. Liam out.